All right, welcome back. If you're anything like me, Barbie and Ken played a major role in your childhood. And today is a day to celebrate our childhood besties. It's National Barbie Day. So let's bring in Christopher Byrne, aka the Toy Guy, to talk about just how much the dolls have changed over the last 63 years. Christopher, thank you so much for joining us. And I'm so excited to do this story because I would beg my mom every time we go to the store, hey, can I please just get a Barbie? Can I please just get a Barbie? My sister and I, we play together all the time. But Barbie has been around, like I said, for 63 years, 3 generations. So how has a toy managed to stay relevant all this time?
Well, I think the most amazing thing about Barbie is she's always reflected contemporary children. When Ruth Handler introduced Barbie in 1959, it was all about narrative. It was all about girls projecting their own hopes and dreams for the future onto that doll. But those have changed a lot in 63 years. So Mattel has continued to design dolls that give that catalyst or that inspiration for girls to make up their own lives.
And you know, Christopher, there was a time too when I didn't see myself reflected in Barbies or dolls in general. None of them ever had big curly hair, not even my shade of skin. And so that was hard for me as a child to kind of see that or not see myself represented. But Barbie maker Mattel, they unveiled its Barbie 2022 Global Role Models lineup. So tell us why this was created. And now we're seeing, you know, a variety of different Barbies now.
Yeah, and it started with the introduction of fashionistas, which had new body types, new skin tones, new hairstyles, new all kinds of new things. And these role models are some of the most important women who have done world-changing things in their careers, from an emergency room nurse to Shonda Rhimes to artists to athletes to astronauts. It really does show the full range of possibility available to girls and young women today.
So why is it then that you think that we are still able to relate to Barbie, no matter what generation, no matter how old or young you are?
Because I think we see some of ourselves and our hopes and our dreams in Barbie. So you might not be able to, from a collector standpoint, afford that Vera Wang over the top gown, but you can sort of pretend when you've got Barbie. But for young women and girls, it's about, what do I want to be when I grow up? What's fashion? What's friendship? How do I interact? Barbie hits so many different important developmental and personal areas of a child's life.
And of course, it kind of forces kids to be creative. I mean, that type of play is so important for young kids. And another important thing is that research, it shows that kids and girls in particular begin to develop self-limiting beliefs at the young age of just 5 years old. So this issue, it's called the dream gap, because they're not seeing, you know, the construction worker that is a woman or a doctor that is a woman. So Barbie has launched a global initiative to address all of this. How is that going so far?
Well, I think it's going amazingly. I mean, you go back to 1985 when Barbie under Jill Barad first introduced the "We Girls Can Do Anything, Right Barbie" commercial. But here we are today, young women, girls especially, are still getting subliminal and sometimes overt cues about who they should be as girls, limiting possibilities. And the whole idea of this is to say there are no limits. You can be what you want to be, and everything you become starts with that dream. And so empowering girls especially to have that dream is such a positive thing. And Mattel's done a great job with it. They've gotten a lot of press and a lot of attention on it. But more importantly, they really are planting a stake in the ground and saying, girls, go and dream. You really have permission to do so.
Absolutely. So happy birthday to her.
I know, 63. Wow.
Crazy. All right. Christopher Byrne, president of Byrne Communications, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right, still ahead on Morning Rush, making it work. One business owner says she had to adapt when everything shut down because of COVID. We'll have her story right after the break.